What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Forever Stranded Lost Souls. Oh yeah, guys. So today what I wanted to do, I wanted to start fixing up our quarry. Yeah, we've been collecting resources through our quarry for a while now, and they've just been filling up like a small storage crate over here. And while it is better than manually mining, we are running into the problem where we're running out of space and then the quarry stops. So you can see our original quarry path here did like this partial chunk, right? And then it's gone all the way down. It's done like the full chunk down this way. And see over here, there is some holes missing. I was fighting some monsters over here previously. Yeah, and creeper explosions and whatever else. But anyway, so yeah, we are collecting resources automatically from this. But like I said, this small storage crate is filling up. And then it stops quarrying. I have to come over here and take like this blue stuff and like throw it on the ground, and then I guess I can pick it up so it goes into my dank knoll so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, we just don't collect resources continually. So the problem with that is we're running out of things like diamonds or whatever, and then I gotta wait for us to collect diamonds. I'd really like it so this thing is just constantly mining and we are constantly gaining resources. I want to get away for certain resources that we are getting, these different materials here that we don't care about, to be automatically voided or stored in a way that doesn't fill up our stuff. So I kind of feel like what I want to do is like our old standby with moving resources around, use ender chests. So we can put an ender chest on here, and then on the other side, like on our applied energistic system, we could extract the stuff out or have it go into storage drawers or any number of different things. I kind of feel like storage drawers and applied energistics just work so well together, because with the storage drawer, you can put a void upgrade on it, and if you don't want that blue rock stuff, you can fill up a full drawer full of the stuff, right? And then everything else just gets deleted, but it is happy to accept more and more and just keep deleting it. So it just works really well together. So I feel like that is probably what we're going to end up doing. It just makes sense to me. We're pretty much out of diamonds right now. I just grabbed like 10 that was in this thing, so I can repair my leggings. Yeah, our diamond leggings are pretty much broken. Our chest plate isn't looking so hot either. And then I was also looking at the item repairer from Actually Additions. This thing with RF will repair items with durability bars, so like we wouldn't have to worry about repairing it with diamonds. But this particular item repair does require, well, 4 blocks of diamonds in order to do that. That has to be empowered. And the ender casing, which is another 4 blocks of diamonds. So we need quite a lot of resources in order to do the things that I want to do. So I think that's what we're going to work on for the beginning of this episode, is just trying to get things set up so we can start collecting resources all of the time. And then we're probably going to have to figure out what we're going to do as far as power goes, because I do believe that Empower over there is still using more power than what we are making. So another thing that we could do to solve that problem, or at least help solve it, I don't know if we will be able to solve it, is our void ore miner that we have here has been collecting dimensional shards, so we could fortune this stuff and try to infuse that machine. I'm actually not sure. What does it cost if you want the infuser? What is it called? I can't remember. It's this machine right here, machine infuser. So that's 2 diamonds, the machine frame, which is inexpensive, and then 4 dimensional shards. Okay. Well, if we infuse our quarry over there, it should go faster and use less energy. So it's kind of like a double bonus if we do that. But I think it will reset the quarry. So, yeah, it'll have to rescan through all that dirt it's already gone through, which is going to use more power. Okay, well, anyway, we have our wall here that has resources. I think we might end up moving this. We have a lot of empty space down here, right? We already have our applied energistics line, so we could fill up this wall full of our different storage drawer stuff. Things that don't really matter. I never really liked having the compacting drawers here, but we put it there because we needed a space for it before we started digging out below. And yeah, we just left it there since. But yeah, I think we could probably start putting them into this wall here and expanding out as far as we need to go in order to take all the different materials we need, like these different stones or whatever, and void them out. So I think that's what I'm going to work on now. I'll just make a bunch of regular drawers. Let's see, storage drawer. No, I think it's called a basic drawer. Basic drawer. All right, so the basic drawer, yeah, just chests, planks gets us that, and then these we can start putting the void upgrades into, which are obsidian, and then the upgrade template, which is a drawer surrounded by sticks for 2 of those. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start making these things, try and get things set up in such a way where we will be able to start running a quarry all of the time, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I went and I used our chest transporter mod. I had to make like 3 iron ones. I guess I could have made a higher tier one, but that's what I did. So I used the iron one to move these drawers down so we didn't have to break them and then take the items down and put them back in. So I moved these down. I put the rest of our compacting drawers that we made a while ago, I just laid those out. And then I made a bunch of the basic drawers, like I said. We got void upgrades in a good number of these things, especially in ones that we aren't using right now. Got more up here in this row, but like the top couple rows do not have them. Just didn't have enough stuff to make it all, and we don't have those drawers filled up, so I didn't feel it was necessary to make sure that every single one of them had a void upgrade for right this second. We do have a few extra ones in case we need them for later. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. So we got lots of room for different various things. So obviously, like we were talking about before, we want to have spots for like all these different resources we're getting, like this stuff and this, like pretty much all these primal core things. We want those all to go into their own drawer and just get deleted once we get a certain amount of them. We just don't really need all of that stuff. So like basalt, probably cobblestone. Yeah, I think we'll probably void out cobblestone for now until we get like a larger storage unit hooked up where we can keep a lot of that stuff. We already have cobblestone generators, which are storing that stuff. Sarsen stone, probably dirt, marble, like every single one of these things, I feel like we are going to want to have a drawer for, and then if we need larger amounts of them, we can always just add in the upgrades to start storing larger amounts. I think that'll be just fine. That, dirt, marble. Okay, so when we get all the resources onto these storage drawers, we'll be able to see everything from our applied energistic system up here. So like the nether rack I just put in there, well, I guess it shows here, but I could take all of this out and then we can put it back in there, and then we'll have all of our nether rack in that one location, I do believe. It says stack limit 32, but it doesn't say there's any in here. You know what? Maybe we need to set the priority on this thing higher. I don't think I ever did that. So that's probably one of those things that we should definitely take a look at right away. So we'll grab the nether rack out of here. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't go into those drawers since it's on a storage bus that was already set for that. And now it says we got 355. Okay, so all of these different resources that we have in our applied energistic system, we're going to want to pull out of the applied energistic system and put into these drawers. The easiest way to do that, well, as we saw, there's a manual way to do that by taking all the items out and putting it back in. The MEIO port is the way you want to do that, though. And this guy is a little expensive. I don't know if we can craft this up. We'll do this eventually. Let me just see. What do we got here? Maybe we can craft that up right now. Can we do... Okay, so there's 4 of those blocks. Can we do 2 of these? We ran out of the Fluex cable. Can we make more of the Fluex cable? We are out of the quartz fiber. Can we make the quartz fiber? We're out of the quartz glass. Oh no, it's just a never ending. We're out of stuff, isn't it? All right, so there's some quartz glass. We will make the quartz fiber. Now we're out of crushed quartz. Oh no. Is the crushed quartz just made in our pulverizer? What is that's made in the crusher? Yeah, the pulverizer. Okay, so nether quartz. Let's get some of this stuff going. This is kind of important stuff that we do this anyway, so it's not like we're just kind of wasting time here. That'll be enough for now. I'll just let the rest of that pulverize and I'll grab it in just a little bit. All right, so here's our quartz fiber. You don't get very much of it, unfortunately. And then we do this. So there's some more ME glass cable. Now we can make our other ME drive. ME drive. Okay, yeah, we got 2 of those, just making sure. And then this, perfect, MEIO port. Okay, so now with the MEIO port, we can just attach that somewhere to our network here. I guess we'll just place it here for now. This does use a channel, so we are currently using 1 channel for this, 2 channels for that, 3 channels, and then 4 channels for our storage bus down here. These 2 machines, these do not use channels, they just use the power, and then that's our power input. So yeah, we're still fine without using an ME controller at this point. We're still using a very basic applied energistic system. So this guy, the MEIO port, we can take from a disk and put to the network, or we can take from the network and put to a disk. We want to go this way. So what we're going to end up doing, let's see, I guess we'll just take these disks out of the system, and we will just do this. And it's going to transfer all the data from here onto the network. So anything that goes into the drawers will go there, and everything that doesn't go to the drawers will go on to these other disks. So it's kind of like a way to defrag your system, I suppose. So we can just do this, and you can see the lights down here are filling up as we do that. Okay, so now we need these disks to go back to where they started from. So we have all the space to transfer all of our data once again. And then we'll just put these guys in here like so. Very good. Okay, then we can put those guys like this. And then we'll take all of these guys and do the same thing. Make sure all the data is off of all these things and stored in the correct location. And then you'll see that these lights are either turning yellow or red as we fill up. Okay, and then we need these guys back on the other side. Like so, and all of our data should now be where it needs to be. So all of our storage drawers that we had down there with all of those different stone types should now have more than what we put in there. If we had more in our applied energistic system. So yeah, we put a stack of like all of these in here. Now everything more than a stack that we had is down here. Very good. Okay, so that cleans up our applied energistic system. The next thing is we need to get ourselves the ender chest. We need to make 2 of these, right? So we need 1 chest for the sending of the items, 1 chest for the receiving of the items, and then we'll have the receiving of the items going into the applied energistics, or I guess we'll have like an import bus or something along those lines. We could use an external way of doing it, put like an interface and pipe out of the chest. That's probably the better way of doing it in my opinion. Do we have an interface? Can we make an interface? Let's take a look. The interface requires constantan and the annihilation and formation cores. These we don't have, but I think we should be able to craft those. And this guy, very good. And there's an interface. Okay, so interface, we have place right here. That does use a channel. What was that? Recursive networking, right? Okay, so we want to make the ender chest, and again, we're making 2 of these. So there's 1, and we need wool. And 2. All right. So now that we have these guys, I don't remember. Yeah, white is what we're using for like our item storage for like this stuff. So we want to change it to a different color. Otherwise, if we place down these chests, we're going to see our white stuff. Yeah, we don't want that. So what we want to do, let's change it to another color. Do we have like, we have ink sacks here? Yeah, we could just change it to like black, or, you know, whatever. Let's just do that, I guess. Okay, so when we open this, there's nothing in here. Very good. The other one, we're going to want to do the same thing. So we could have crafted this with black wool to achieve the same thing, but I didn't think about that at the time. So this is where we're at. Okay, so now we have a way to link our items. Now we need to pull the items out of here into our storage drawer. So what do we have for item transportation, item ducts? We had the transfer node. This is probably the better way of doing it since we can do stacks at a time. We do have a stack upgrade, and then we need speed upgrades. This might be fast enough for what we want to do here. So I'll place that on the side, or maybe we won't because it won't place on the side. Why won't it? Okay, let's remove this. Can I place some block here and then place this here? Okay, I don't know why I wouldn't place there against the ender chest, but it wouldn't. All right, so there's that, and then we can place a transfer pipe here. Stack upgrade, speed upgrades. Okay, so now all we gotta do is start piping items into this, and then we should be good to go. Let me grab a transporter. Yeah, a chest transporter. We're gonna remove the thing that's on top of our quarry, and then we'll replace that with the ender chest, and then we should see if it's working when the items disappear as they're being quarried. Hopefully they do. Pretty sure we got everything set up to be right. Alright, we'll just get away from these guys. Just fly away. They should not travel this far. They should not follow me this far. Alright, so what do we got here? This is now full, so we will remove this. Place that there. And then we'll put the ender chest on top. Yep, and as we are getting items, they are being pulled out of the chest. It does look like it's leaving some items behind, doesn't it? It does look like that. Now, another thing we might want to do is set up drawers for the raw ores. Definitely a thing we want to do. Yeah, we can see this thing is now mining into more locations. All right, very good. So we can take some of this stuff. Yeah, we can take some of that, just kind of throw it in here, and that will go into the drawer. Yep, and just get deleted or filled up with different stuff. So rock salt is another thing we're definitely going to want. I probably need to go through here, find all the different materials that we want to store in drawers. Yeah, and start taking care of that, like the corallium gems and different various things. Most of the other stuff that we have in here should be okay. But yeah, I definitely want to make sure we have everything set up that needs to be set up so we're not filling up our applied energistic system. Okay, well, I'm going to work on this a little bit longer, try and get a few more things squared away, and then we'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so probably one of the next things we should do is look at upgrading our disk drives. You can see we got a couple of red lights, which means that our disks are 100% full. Yeah, they can't hold anything else on them. And then the yellow lights mean that the unique different types are full, right? So what I'd like to do is upgrade our disks from the 1K to the 4K. That way they can hold a lot more of the same type of item, but we're still going to need this many disks because of the different unique types, right? Anyway, so I made 30 more 1K ME storage components. You need 3 of these plus one of these calculation processors in order to make a 4K. So the 4K storage, yeah, 3 of those, 4 redstone, quartz glass, and then the calculation processor. How much quartz glass do we have? We don't have a whole lot. In fact, we should probably make some more of this before we really get going here. I think we can use another quartz that we crushed up earlier, this crushed quartz, in order to make the quartz glass, hopefully. Is that a thing? Yes. All right, so let's make that much. All right, so we have plenty of that stuff. So I'll put all those different things, different components into our system here. So what we want to do is, yeah, just craft these things. Really, we want to make 10 of these. All right, so that is 10. Now, what we're going to want to do is start taking out some of these 1K ones, all the ones that have 0 stuff on them, okay? I think you can put them here. That way you can separate the storage housing and get the component back, right? So this way we can reuse the storage housing for the newer, bigger processors, which is going to be good. And we can also reuse these 1K storage components here for making more 4K ones. So it takes 30 to make 10 of these drives. So we got 10 back, so we only have to make 20 more for the other 10, which is nice. I think so. Anyway, so we have 6 of those, so we can do that right there. So there is 6 of the 4K ones. We can just throw those back in here. And then we got to continue this process. So as we saw before with the MEIO port, we can take stuff off these disks, right? And then put it back onto the system. So they'll go onto these 4K disks. Yeah, and then we just keep shuffling stuff around and upgrading all of the drives as we go. So let's see, we can make, I think 3 more of these, or 2 more of these with what we already have. So we have 6 more of those. So now we need to free up 6 more discs. So I will take out these and those, and then we will grab our IO port, which actually probably is on one of these discs. So let's put those back in there. Grab the things out of the system before you take the discs out. IO port, there it is. Oh, we already had one from a while ago. I guess I forgot that I made one of those. Oh well, they weren't super expensive anyway. So we will pull out this stuff, and then throw that right into here, and we'll transfer all the data off those disks, and it'll probably end up on these 4K ones, which is fine. Yep, and then we can take these guys apart and continue the process over again. All right, so I will finish this up, and we will be back, guys. All right, guys, so I got all the 4K drives set up over there. So now our applied energistic system is upgraded a little bit more for a different storage. We are going to have to look at getting upgrades for our drawers, though. I would like to put our ores into those drawers and upgrade it so they can hold the maximum amount. So it's like 100,000 items or whatever. But in order to do that, we're going to need diamonds or emeralds or whatever to really get the best upgrades here. So if we look at the storage drawers upgrades, we have a bunch of different tiers. Emeralds are the best ones. So that hold 32 times what the default drawer holds, and that requires emeralds. We don't really have a lot of emeralds, but what I was looking at is we had some emerald ore in here somewhere. I just sorted this a second ago. So we have 10 emerald ore, we have 14 diamond ore. That's not a whole lot, but we are getting this prosperity ore, which is good. So prosperity ore will allow us to get into mystical agriculture, and as it turns out, we can make emerald seed. I saw the recipe here somewhere, and I don't remember where it was. So let's just search for emerald seed, this thing. So that's a tier 5. So in order to make that, we need a tier 5 crafting seed plus Force of Premium Essence. We got a lot of this from just defeating the Wither boss, and then we also need 4 emerald, right? So the tier 5 comes from a tier 4 with more of the Supremium, etc., 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 all the way down, then Prosperity Shard around a seed. So I feel like we'll probably be getting into mystical agriculture here very, very soon. What I wanted to do, though, let's try and get our dimension, or our quarry. Let's try and get that thing infused, since we were talking about that earlier. I think that's a thing worth pursuing at this point in time. So we have Fortune 3 on that thing. Let's just take all of this dimensional shards that we have. I'll just lay those out like so, and I think it would be in here. Grab the builder's wand. Do I not have a wand on me? I thought we had one. Am I blind? Was it in this one? Oh, it is in here. Normally I keep my tools in my bag of holding. I guess I got lazy and didn't put it in the right spot. Okay, so anyway, we have that. We'll just go and mine all of this stuff. And we have lots of dimensional shards. Now, it takes 4 stacks of the dimensional shards in order to fully infuse something. So that leaves us with a stack plus 11 for other things. Now, if I remember correctly, the machine infuser required a few of those shards, yeah, to craft, plus this machine frame. I don't know, what do we have in the system? We don't have the machine frame. Can we craft that? Certainly can, and we can craft this. Perfect. Okay, so I think now's the time where we should take our quarry and definitely infuse it. So we will bring this over here where our power is. Actually, you know what? We have remote power over here by our quarry. So I think what we'll do is it is daytime. Good. Yeah, we can just hook this up to our RF thing over here, the flux point. This will get power, and then we can use that to infuse our quarry. But like I said, the quarry is going to have to rescan all the stuff that's already scanned, so it's going to be offline for a few minutes here, which I guess is fine. So we'll just place this here. That should get power. Yep. Let's turn this off. We will remove our card and the quarry itself. All right, so this will go into our machine infuser, and we will just pump those in. And yeah, like I said, it does take 4 stacks, and it does take a little bit of time for this to be fully infused, but this should increase the speed and increase, or I guess decrease the power consumption. Let me finish this up, and then we'll be back. All right, guys, so the quarry is infused, or I guess our builder with the fortune quarry, right? So that's infused, and it is currently rescanning all the blocks. It did go through, and it found some things that it had missed before. I've seen it before where the builder quarry does skip like sections of chunks every now and then for some reason. Not entirely sure why, But anyway, it is completely charged up. We're 100% infused, as you can see up here on the tooltip. But we got to get back to chunk 65 before this thing's going to really start going. We can see the speed difference or the power usage difference. So instead of just sitting there waiting for that, I think we should take a look at making ourselves those emerald seeds. Once we get the emerald seeds going, we should be able to start getting some more upgrades for our drawers. And then we can also look at making diamond seeds and these other various different seeds. I think it's just going to make sense. Okay, so we wanted to make ourselves emerald seed. Right, now I don't think you need anything special. Sometimes these mystical agriculture seeds, or maybe it's a mystical add-on, require like a special block below the seed when you plant it in order to grow, but I don't think this does. So if we try and make this, we have everything except for our tier 5 crafting seed. So let's go all the way down here. We do have base crafting. Okay, very good. So we have that. We will make, wait, we didn't make this one. Tier 1 crafting seed, right. So we made the base, we need the tier 1. So now we need to make a tier 2, and we don't have that. Okay, so let's take a look at mystical. So we want a supremium essence. We need to take, actually I think we need 2 of those. Let's grab 2 of these, since we are going to need the blue ones for one of the recipes, and we'll have to take these and deconstruct these down. Yeah, and then we'll leave 4 of those. We'll take these down. I think that should be fine. That's what we needed, right? Did we need anything beyond that? No, I think we already had that stuff. So if we put all that, oop, we got a quest complete for that. All right, so now we should be able to come in here and do this. So there's a tier 2. So now we should be able to do this one. There's a tier 3. Tier 4. Nope, whoops. This one, tier 4. And then a tier 5. All right, so now we have that, and there is our emerald seed. Perfect. Now, the thing I don't know, does this thing work in our garden cloche? Is that a thing? Can we just set up a whole bunch of garden cloches? Yeah, currently we're doing nether wart over here. Let's remove that. Does that appears to go in there, and it looks like a thing, so I assume this works. So let's grab ourselves dirt. If that does work in the garden cloche, that's going to be amazing. And that. Is it growing? Things look like they're happening. Okay. Let's remove this. And we got the crop. Okay. Now it's fully grown and harvested. So we get 1. All right. Well, not very amazing. I guess what we could do, we could put some fertilizer in here to help speed that up. I don't remember if that gives you more per harvest or if that just speeds up the crop growth. I believe bone meal is what you can put in there. There's various other things you can put in there. Let's do some bone meal. I think we had more over here. Let's just grab the stack. All right. I'm lost in my own base where I need to go over one more room. Okay, so let's try this. Let's remove this. When we remove that, so this has fertilizer amount, which means like you gotta wait until that amount goes all the way away, even though there's no growth modifier. I think we break and replace this, that'll reset that number. It'll also remove the water from there, so we'll have to replenish that, but that's not a big deal. Okay, so if we put the fertilizer in here, and then we put the seed in here, now we have a growth modifier 125. Okay, so it's not like a huge deal, but it should make it grow a little bit faster, you know, 25% faster. But again, I don't know, does that get us more of the essence per harvest, or is it just it grows faster? That's the only thing I don't know. Okay, I guess it just grows a little bit faster. Now there's probably better, or I guess different fertilizers we can use. I should probably look that up and see what is the best one in here. I assume Immersive Engineering has its own fertilizer that would probably be best. Yeah, I should probably take a look at that. But for now, we are making ourselves the Emerald Essence, and the uses for that, so 9 of those turn into 1 emerald. Yeah, so we should probably get some kind of a thing to auto-craft that for us. And then 2 emeralds equal the storage drawer emerald upgrade. Whoops, storage upgrade. Yeah, 2 emeralds into this makes one of these things. Cool. So we will be able to start getting a lot of things going here that we need to have done as far as upgrades going. We're going to be collecting a lot of ores from our builder quarry out there. So yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we are going to have all the storage space for all of that stuff. So that's another thing we'll have to be looking at. This thing is probably still in the process of getting to the chunk. So now that we have that going, I think I will just wait until we get to the point where our quarry is mining stuff, because I am curious to see how much power that's using, if we're keeping up on power, and how fast it is mining stuff. So I will make one final cut and we'll be back, guys. In only a couple of seconds after I got here did it start mining stuff. So you can see it is draining power quite quickly. We definitely are not keeping up on the power situation here. But yeah, we are collecting resources very, very quickly. I guess what we want to see though is, oh man, that is so fast. What we want to see is when we run out of power in this thing, how fast it is collecting the resources still. Like, are we getting it much faster or are we not? Yeah, we really need to work on our power supply. I want this thing going full blast. If we're going to be setting up this quarry, it just makes sense. But yeah, with the rate that we are getting these different resources, we definitely need those storage drawers upgraded. And we definitely need the ores in their own storage drawers. So these are things that I'll be working on between episodes. But guys, we're going to go and wrap the episode up here for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on the episode if you liked it. I'll slow down a little bit and stop slurring my words. But yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.